Hello and welcome to another beer review. Now this time I'm going local. In fact I'm going about 6-7 miles that way. As you might have guessed, you know, if you've been watching me for a while or whatever, you may have guessed that you know, my channel's called Northern Southern Beer Reviews because I'm a southern person living in the north, if you know what I mean. And I live in what I regard as one of the most beautiful areas of the UK, and that is the Yorkshire Dales. Now, Yorkshire is renowned, this is my opinion, Yorkshire is renowned for having great beer and great food. Sometimes, this is my opinion again, I think they produce some of the best food in the country, and they produce some of the best local beer in the country as well. But you know, if you disagree with that, throttle me in the comments, I don't mind. You know, at the end of the day, it's my opinion. So we're going to Leyburn. Now, anybody out there who's never been to Yorkshire Dales, Leyburn is most probably one of the main hubs in the Yorkshire Dales. It's most probably one of the main towns, you know, the market towns in the Dales itself. You know, a place like Northallerton or Bedale, or around the edge of the Dales, if you know what I mean. So Leyburn is more or less the main market town near Wensleydale. You know, if I'm talking about Swaledale, which is, you know, the north side of the Yorkshire Dales. So within Leyburn there's a shop called Campbells, and basically it's one of them shops which, it's not a farm shop, but it's a traditional shop. It does all the traditional local produce around Yorkshire. You know, it does, you know, your meat's always fresh from the counter. The cheeses go on forever behind the cheese counter, and they do a heck of a load of wine, and they're starting to do a heck of a load of local beers. So this beer is from the Yorkshire Dales Brewing Company in Asquith, which is again down the road, and it's basically brewed in tribute, I suppose, to Campbells in Leyburn. So we have Campbell's 1868 ale. There you go, boys and girls. And believe you me, it hasn't changed much. You know, looking at that picture, yeah, you might have a little bit of extra shot there, but it really hasn't changed much from that picture. It's 3.7% ABV. North Yorkshire Dales Brewery is one of my favourite brewers round here. A lot of their beers, well, all their beers are bottle conditioned. I shall read to you what this is. The bottle conditioned unfiltered beer contains some yeast sediment. Pour carefully to ensure clear glass of beer. Store in cool, dry place. Best serving at 12 to 13 degrees. Toast the history and heritage of this fine independent grocers with a bottle of Campbell's 1868 ale. A traditional English best bitter brewed with Maris Otter, dark malts, English Bramling Cross, hops for fruity and smooth ale. Brewed and bottled by hand in the Yorkshire Dales for Campbell's in Leyburn. So there you go. Fantastic looking picture that. I do like old looking pictures, you know. They tend to tell a story, if you know what I mean. So cracked to open. Plain black crown. See what we get from the... It smells like a malt loaf. You know, like one of them malt loaves you used to get. We still get them, you know, those saurine malt loaves. Lovely malty, raisiny, blackcurrant type of thing going on. Smells really nice actually. So let's pour in. See, it's come out like a deep gold colour, I would say. Let's give her a swell. So get any sediment chucked in there. Chuck her in. There she's in. So yeah, there's sediment in there, quite a bit of sediment in there. It looks like a amber colour, lots of sediment, a little bit of carbonation going up. See what we get from the more malty, more bready, whole grain bread, that kind of thing going on. I'm going to have to go in, you know. So cheers. That's really nice. You greeted. It's funny. When I first went in, it felt old. I don't know if it's subconsciously. I'm thinking of that picture there on the bottle. It felt old. It feels. I'm going again. Hang on. Don't go away. Funnily, it feels like a stout when I first go in. You feel a tiny hint of molasses. Getting a lovely maltness there. It's not too bitter. Lovely brandness there about it as well. It feels a bit antique in a way. It feels like this beer's been aged. It feels... You're getting a bit of wood there. You're getting a bit of like an oak or mahogany type of taste note to this. It actually is really, really nice. It doesn't feel thin at all. You know, 3.7%, I was expecting it to be very, very thin. But this actually tastes really, really nice. It really does. Going again. Very well balanced throughout. Lovely pockets of raisins, currants, maybe a bit of Garibaldi biscuit in there. On the back end, lovely steady flow of maltness. That is really, really nice. It is really nice. It's another great beer from them. Highly, highly regard this brewer. They do loads of beers. In Campbells itself, they had tons of beers. I'll have to try all of them. I will do. Boys and girls, it's a pleasure, this one. And if you haven't been to Yorkshire Dales, get yourself up from the south. Spend a week up here. You will love it. Vice versa, if you're in the north, come south. Come to the north and sample the food and sample the pubs and sample the beer, because it's a sheer joy around here. So boys and girls, Yorkshire Dales Brewing Company, Campbells 1868 Ale. Highly, highly recommend that one. That is a cracking beer. And on that score, thank you very much for watching. Murder me in the comments. And I shall see you. Murder me in the comments if you're from Lancashire. I'll see you boys and girls on my next one.